Hey there, welcome. My name is Tolly Bryn. This is The Joy of Awareness. I'm out here in the beautiful green rolling hills around Eldgjá in the highlands of Iceland. Beautiful sunny day. Such an amazing place, such an amazing energy around here. I really wanted to make a video now on making every day count. And I find that this is important in all areas of life, obviously, but when it comes to healing, when it comes to all the things that I've been talking about in my previous videos, taking action, getting into fasting, simplifying your diet, just sitting down and really contemplating what it is that's wrong. And I think we all have sort of an intuitive sense of where we go wrong in life. I've now come to the point where I'm not that worried about my physical health anymore, not like I was before, because I used to really think about my health all the time, and I still prioritize it, don't get me wrong. But there was a long period of my life between years, when I was 23 or 4 until maybe I was 28 or 9, it was all I thought about. And ironically, it just kept getting worse for a long period of time. I had stagnated. I was absolutely stuck. And when I figured out that I could actually heal myself, and in a relatively short period of time, I went from being just an absolute invalid. Like I couldn't do anything. It really hurts to think back on just the terrible state that I was in. And it hurts even more to just think of the terrible state that so many other people are in all around the world. And that is part of what I'm trying to accomplish by doing these videos, like putting myself out there with this information and with these insights, because I understand that this is not information that you can find anywhere. And I think, I'm sorry to say, but I think there will be people and institutions who will be actively trying to suppress this information wherever it comes out, such as the information. Sorry about that. I had to got this Tetra communication system, and somebody was calling in with some information that I needed to hear. So I just paused the video, but let me just keep going now. Although I can't really remember what exactly I was talking about. But the topic is making every day count. So I think I'll just dive into that. The thing is, it's not so much the action that you take now that matters. Obviously it does matter, and it's kind of a paradox. Like what I'm trying to say here is it's not that you decide to fast today that's going to heal you. It's that you make today count, and then tomorrow, when tomorrow becomes today, you make that day count as well, and so on until you reach your goal. And I think this is just really a law of nature, law of life, like human life. If there's something that you really, really want, and that you want to develop within yourself, then it is something that really needs to happen consistently and over a period of time. Obviously, there are a lot of things that happen just like that, but you'd be surprised just how many things, even that seem like a sort of overnight success, or like something that just happens right there and then, is actually a product of the proper preparation, proper research, proper planning, all that stuff, proper training, so it's really just important to understand this, that the decisions that you make every single day and you know, in the context of healing, which is obviously what we're talking about here, it matters so much that you don't fall off the path for prolonged periods of time, that you know what it is that you want to accomplish, that you know the steps to get there, and then most importantly, that you follow these steps every single day. And something that's really helped me, and this is, you know, outside of the context of healing, what I did through fasting was, you know, I got into it out of necessity, really, for the most part, and probably many of us do. Like we feel so sick and we're just at the end of our tether, and we just really need to do something to fix it. And that's what happened to me, and that gave me really all of the motivation that I needed to stick to it to the very end. And when I say to the very end, I mean until I was fully healed and absolutely in thriving health. But one thing that has really helped me to develop this mindset and kind of understand what needs to, or how should I say this, to really stick to the things that I know that need to be done, has been to write it out and formulate it. So just really sit down and write out what it is that you want from life. And if you know already what the steps are that you need to take them, just create a formula for yourself. Just say, like, you know, this is what I need to do to get to this place that I want to be at. And in order to get there, I'm going to do this every single day. And then just repeat this to yourself every single day, every morning, every evening. This is an idea that I got from Napoleon Hill from Think and Grow Rich, which is a great book. I'd really recommend checking that out. And I've diligently been following his prescriptions with regards to finances, especially. And I'm really starting to see really tangible results in that regard, both in the form of just I'm making more money now than I've ever made before, but also just in terms of mindset. Like, I'm no longer stuck in the mindset of absolute poverty and scarcity that I used to be in. Now, I'm not like, it's not like I feel like a millionaire or as if I've got everything figured out, but I can feel that, you know, it's been almost 1.5 or 2 years since I started doing this. I wrote out a formula for myself about, you know, what it was that I wanted to accomplish in life, the steps that I need to take to get there, the amount of money that I want to make, and so on. And this I've been repeating to myself every morning and every evening for almost 2 years. And you know that means, like, if it's 2 years, that means 730 times 2. So that's 1,460 times that I've repeated this formula since then. And, you know, by the law of self-suggestion, of auto-suggestion, then this will really start having an impact on what it is that you think and believe about yourself. And I truly believe that you can get to this point with healing as well, especially if you're having a difficult time just getting started and just developing the belief in yourself that you can actually heal yourself. Because I remember that was my number one limiting belief when it comes to healing, and when it came to healing myself from my just terrible autoimmune issues. It was the thought that I can't heal. I am broken to the core. You know, and maybe you don't think this consciously, but subconsciously you may be thinking, like, I was just born this way. That's what I thought, like, with my eczema and with my allergies, and in no small part because that's what everybody had been telling me always. It's your genetics. You probably got it from your mother. You got it from blah 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 or whatever. And the doctors would say, like, yeah, you'll never get over this. You just need to take these pills and just put on this ointment, and you probably never get better, but at least it'll keep the symptoms at bay. Which is an absolute load of crap, you know, by the way. And if you've listened to any of my videos, then you know where I stand on the medical industrial complex. Absolute bunch of criminal shills. Just get as far away from those people as you possibly can. Now, if you do find true healers, if you find doctors who are true healers, who listen to evidence, who think outside of the stupid pharmaceutical box, then hang on to that doctor, because obviously there are awesome doctors out there, and like I bash on doctors a lot, but that's not in an intellectual sense, that's not in a, you know, competence sense per se, although, well, no, I take that back. It is in a competence sense, because so many of them are actually promoting illness rather than health, so that's a really bad thing, obviously. But there are many doctors who know what they're talking about, who really, really study the human body and understand what it takes to heal, and are open-minded to things that may be outside of the mainstream, you know, such as fasting. And it's just so incredibly infuriating when I meet people and I try to tell them about my story, and they've been indoctrinated with this absolute crap about, you know, being genetically faulty, and they need to take these drugs, and they just have a chemical imbalance up here or in here or whatever, and therefore they need to take these drugs until the day they die. And I'm like, yeah, well, I actually healed myself from this and this and this and this chronic illness, and then I've talked to loads of other people and helped them do the same, and they're like, oh, yeah, sure, okay. And I kid you not, like I have the evidence for it, I have the pictures of myself. I'm even talking about like family members and friends who know exactly what I was going through, who know exactly what I did, and saw my results, and they're still closed to the idea that fasting and a simple diet can help them. And at that point, I'm just like, sorry, I can't help you, and I can't waste energy on trying to help you, because you need to help yourself first. And that is part, sorry about that rant. Well, actually, sorry, not sorry, because it is a rant that I'll probably be doing many more times in these videos, and it's a rant that needs to be ranted. But consistency is totally key. Just to get back onto the main topic here, consistency is totally key. Consistency is totally key in all of this. You want to consistently fast. You want to consistently eat right. During periods of healing, you want to consistently eat a very, very simple diet, very simple meals that will help you to no end. But if you're having trouble getting to that point where you actually can get into fasting and you know, taking these steps, you may need to take a look at your mindset, take a look at what it is that you're thinking, the beliefs that you have, and do everything that you possibly can to open yourself to the possibility that, hey, maybe I'm more powerful than I have ever possibly imagined. Maybe I am more powerful and have more power to heal myself than any doctor ever could. You know, maybe the human body has inherent systems within it that have developed over billions of years to tackle exactly these issues, to tackle any kind of toxins, illness, parasites, accidents, you know, trauma, whatever it is. The human body has the answer to it. Now, as a caveat, I should say that there may be times, there may be events or illnesses that may be too much, and you may not be able to get over them. But the thing is that we are trained to believe that we are helpless in the face of illness. And that is just as far from the truth as it possibly could be. We are trained to be absolutely helpless, to be absolutely, you know, to be absolutely stuck in the medical matrix. And it's just so sad, and it's such utter crap that, I don't know, I'm kind of laughing, but inside I'm crying and kind of angry. Like it is just such absolute bullshit. And if you're this deep down the YouTube rabbit hole that you're listening to my videos and you're trying to take advice from me on these things, then I think you may be thinking the same. You may be realizing just how broken society is when it comes to health. And you don't have to look far. Like I go walk down the street in my hometown and every second person is morbidly obese, and you're like, something is wrong here. And if they're not morbidly obese, they're obviously like doing some drugs or out of their minds. Yeah, that's an over exaggeration. Not every other person is like that, but you know what I mean. Like you look around and you see sick people everywhere, and I say this with compassion. Like it is no joke to be sick. It is like I know exactly what that means and how that feels. I just wish that more people would just really start thinking for themselves, look outside of the box that we've been put in. Now there's a long rant that I could do regarding a virus that must not be named on this channel ever. I'll never name it again. Well, maybe I'll accidentally do it sometime, but I will not name it. And you know, the political response all around the world to this issue was to destroy society for the sake of people who will not take responsibility for their own health. And that is a huge sin, and that is just absolutely unforgivable. And I believe there will be a time of restitution for these crimes that have been committed against all of us, most of us. Now, I think I'll stop ranting now. I feel like I'm getting pretty angry. But you know, just tell me in the chat or the comments, like if you enjoyed this rant. Like if you like me ranting, I'll do more of it. Like I love ranting. It's a lot of fun. And I've got a lot of things to rant about. And if it helps, then I will do it. Like I will do it, and it's kind of cathartic for me as well. So I don't mind it. But yeah, let's stop here. If you enjoy this stuff that I'm talking about, if you're finding value and you think this is something that can help you, check out my books, Health Simplified, Mind Reclaimed. I'll leave the links down below. Check out my website, joyofawareness.com. I've got a lot of articles on there that you can check out and go like even deeper into the topics that I've been talking about here. Feel free to contact me directly in the comments down below. I'd love to just hear your thoughts on what I'm doing, hear your thoughts on healing, and if you try this protocol and if you get real results, I love to hear those stories. Like I've heard a few stories now, and it just motivates me so much to keep going. Like I know this works. I know this is the key to health in so many regards. And the more of you who connect to what I'm saying, who follow the protocol and see real results, the happier that I will be. So please tell me your story down below. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and share this stuff. Please share it. Like if you're in any online groups for topical steroid withdrawal or eczema or skin issues or autoimmune issues or whatever, if you know somebody who's dealing with any of this stuff, please share this stuff with them, because this will help. This will help, I promise. It'll help so much you won't believe it. I went from being an absolute, like I was in such a state of disrepair and illness, and in the course of a few months, I became like a thriving pinnacle of health, and it was amazing. And I just got this zest for life again that I never believed that I would find ever again. And I'm just so incredibly thankful for that. And the least that I can do is just do my absolute best to spread this information. If you can help me do that, then please do. But that being said, please stay healthy. Get into fasting, you know, get your fasting on. Simplify your meals, simplify everything, and you will heal. You will find the health that you deserve, that all of us deserve. Until next time, peace.